It almost feels like sadness is celebrated nowadays, doesn't it? Suicide rates are up. People getting prescribed like antidepressants and all that jazz. It's going up. People are so sad nowadays. I am sad right now. That's why I am making this video, because I am sad right now. But I have some secret knowledge in my head that maybe you don't. So I wanted to share with you, because there's a couple of things that, a couple of reasons why you might be sad. There's two main ones. One is that the number one thing is that it's a sign from your own body. Your own body is sad right now. Much like if it was happy, if you were bored, your mind was bored, it's a sign from your body telling you that something is wrong, or there's something that has gone awry. There's something that you're not doing that you should be doing. There's something that you are doing that you shouldn't be doing. And that's why you are sad. Much like when you're bored, maybe it's a sign from your body that do something with your life. You're just sitting on your bed all day, scrolling on whatever social media of your choice. Do something with your life. That's why you're bored. Your body's telling you you're bored. It's signaling to your brain that you're bored to hopefully, jumpstart you and get you to do something with yourself. Same thing with sadness. Being sad is a sign from your body that you should change your environment, change your actions, or add something to your environment, start doing something else to combat that sadness that you might have inside you. But maybe if you are doing all the right things still, you might still be sad. I feel like I'm in this ballpark kinda, where I do the right things, but I'm still kinda a little bit sad sometimes. And I think that just comes down to being a human, the human experience. As boring of an answer that is, I think that it's true. Abraham Lincoln said it himself. The very fact that you are sad right now indicates you will be happy soon enough, sooner or later. You will be happy, because if there was no happiness, then your sadness wouldn't be sadness, it would just be neutral. Just because you have the happiness, then the sadness will have to be down here. If there's no happiness, then where do you measure the sadness, right? If that makes sense. So you'll be happy soon now, maybe. Maybe you'll be happier when you finish this video. Maybe you'll be happier tomorrow when you wake up from your sleep. Maybe you'll be happier next week. Who knows? All I can guarantee you is you will be happy one day. What comes down must come up, or something like that. It's kind of like another thing. It's also kind of a mindset. A lot of people who are depressed, who are clinically depressed or otherwise, it's almost a mind state that they're in. It's a thing that it's this holy power that's consumed them from a third party that they can't control, and it's just hit them and they have no control over it. And now they're just perpetually sad, which isn't the case, right? I want to just give an analogy. Imagine a person who says to you, you're meeting a person and they say to you, I'm poor. I'm a poor person. That indicates a lot about where their mind's at, doesn't it? Because if I had to describe myself, I'd say I'm broke. I wouldn't say I'm poor, because poor is a very interesting word, because poor indicates almost a lifestyle. And when you compare it to Burke just means, oh, he had got no money in his account, he's a Burke bastard. But when you describe yourself as poor, it's a lifestyle almost. You can almost imagine it in your mind if you close your eyes. A person with his whole family's Burke, maybe even his cousins and his uncles are Burke. They live in a shack in a third world country somewhere. They fish and try to sell the fish for a little bit of profit. They've been poor, they've had no money for generations. It's a mindset almost. And that mindset consumes them, and almost It's a limiting belief that withholds them from getting out of the situation because they believe that they are poor, even though they're just broke, like you and me, brokies together, trying to make it out. Same thing with sadness. If you think that you're a sad person, you'll probably act like such. When reality is, you're just sad right now. One day you'll be happy. One day I'll be happy. I'm sure I'll be happy. It always happens. Trust me. You can do stuff to make yourself happier, 100%. You can use the sadness as motivation to do work, such as I've done today. I've used the sadness as motivation. I've thought about maybe a younger version of me that doesn't have this context or this knowledge to pass it on to that person. But you can also do stuff to make yourself happier. I like to watch my childhood cartoons, so not like anime and stuff, besides Dragon Ball, but I don't like to watch the weeaboo stuff. That stuff's disgusting. But I like to watch my childhood cartoons. I've been watching a lot of Adventure Time recently because childhood, and they have the new show that came out, Fiona and Cake. I was watching, and it makes me personally happy watching that stuff because especially uni and stuff, trying to find a job, working nightville till midnight. That stuff's very depressing. It sucks his soul out. It sucks your soul out. There's no spark in it. It's just so mundane, dull. Especially the people, your teachers, your co-workers. They were great people, not bad people, but just, they're almost like zombies in limbo. And I don't want to become like that. So I like to watch childhood cartoons for nostalgia, to remind myself of the kid I used to be, how happy I used to be, and try and manifest a little bit of that energy into my life to try and keep that spark inside me. Maybe playing with your childhood toys. That's kind of weird. Imagine an adult person playing with Barbie dolls. That'd be kind of weird. But, maybe doing something, a hobby that you like, or maybe doing whatever that makes you happy. Doing that in the moment to make you happier, if that's what you want to do with the feeling that you have inside you. Maybe that can get you out of your sadness, but once you are happy, the sadness will come back. And it's all part of the human experience. So don't fret. It's a cycle. It's a roller coaster we all live in together. So don't worry.